Good morning, everyone. Not the Vlogmas that I wanted to do, but this is all part of real life when you have to adult and take care of things during your days off when you'd much rather be Christmas shopping or exploring Christmas markets or doing something fun. But welcome to my life. So today I have an appointment at the pension center in my local ward, and it's basically because I have no idea what to do. I know I have a pension held for me because I've worked in Japan for basically how many years? 36, 35 years. Yeah, so the pension, what I didn't realize is that you have to do all these steps and turn in all these documents so that when you do decide you want to collect it, everything is all in order and you've got all the paperwork done. And like I said, I didn't realize that there was so much paperwork. In fact, it's almost to the point where you think as you get older, they would make it easier for you because you've worked so hard your entire life that it magically is just done for you, but it's not. In fact, it magically gets more challenging. And, part of that could be just because at the time when we grew up, we didn't have all these technological advances, or at least I didn't. And so it was a lot harder to keep things on file. Everything I had to keep, on paper. And I'm sure all the smart, organized people like you guys already have, already have things scanned or in discs or somewhere safe. But I didn't. I got a couple of things done. I called up one office in a different prefecture that I used to work at, and they told me the things I had to do. So I did that, and they told me some of the things I had to do. So I did that, and my paperwork got sent back to me because there was an error. Be forewarned, check the stationery that you use when you write these documents, because even though it says black pen or black ink, they now have these fancy schmancy pens at the stationery store where it's black ink, but you could also erase it. So even those gel pens, erasable. Any pen, erasable. And I didn't know that. And I used an erasable pen. So I had to not rewrite the document. I had to go over what I had written before using a regular ballpoint black ink pen. So make sure you have your good old-fashioned black ink ballpoint pens handy when you fill out these documents. I guess this is perhaps my problem, is I'm not in that much of a rush because I do have a part-time job ready for April, and if I have to live on that alone for the time being, I think I could. I've got enough, what kind of word is that? I have enough saved that I think I can be okay for at least 3 months. No, just kidding. If you've known me in real life, or if you've followed me for some time, you guys all know that is one of my probably not worst flaw. And I don't know if you would call it a flaw, but it's just the way I've always lived life, is just in the moment. And I never really thought too far ahead in the future or made plans, because they can change like in just a flash. And I've always just thought of that philosophy, or that motto, I guess is what you would call it, is live each day as if it were your last. And that's what I do. And so that's why if I decided I was going to splurge and do something, I did it. Or if I had to take care of something, I did it. One good thing about living in the moment, I think it teaches you how to roll with the punches and what to do when you get a hurdle, or having a plan A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z all the way through, so that you know that there's always something that you could do. There's always an alternative, or there's hope, or you can make a choice in how you want to navigate it. It may not always be the best choice. It may not be a choice that you like or that you agree with, but there is always something that you can do. So maybe I should rephrase that. All I have to do really is think about myself and those that I care about in my life, because down the road, obviously, if I have other family members that are in need of help, or if they need something that I can give or provide to them, of course, I would be there. And yeah, you never know. So I guess I could say that my priority is myself at this moment, but perhaps down the line, it could change. So I'll go in about 5 minutes. I'll walk over to that center, and I had to bring like tons of identification. So I think I have hopefully everything I need. I believe it's going to be all in Japanese, so my brain is going to be in Japanese mode, but hopefully I feel strong today. Like sometimes all this stuff crashes down you, I just start crying, which is what I did at school when I found out all this stuff I had to do. But I'm okay. Today I feel pretty good. Today I feel pretty ready and confident, and I'm gonna put my big girl pants on. The size is probably extra large. No joke right now. And get this done, see what I need to do. If for some reason things aren't the way it should be, I gotta figure out how to take care of them. I gotta figure out what happens next, and we got this. The appointment is scheduled to last 1 hour. So after that hour is up, next on my list, I need to take care of some errands. I need to do a little bit of holiday shopping, or shall we call it holiday retail therapy. All right, let's deal with this situation. I'll catch you after it's done. All right, this lemonade is super pretty. I think it's called the Very Merry Lemonade. It's all my favorite colors. Gonna come up here. All right, so I'm not in my car, and I don't have exactly the best background, but I thought I'd just come on really quickly to finish off our talk this morning. Okay, and I have my little buddy with me. So my appointment was from 9 to 9:45, but we actually wound up going from 9 to 10:15. So the office, or the place, was really nice. It was very office and business-like, and there were like separate cubicles for each person, and so they'd call your number, and then you go into that specific cubicle. And the first thing that you do is you get the business card from the person that is going to be working or consulting with you. And I was so lucky. Like, the woman that I got was just so friendly, very understanding, very easy to communicate with, ask questions with. When I didn't understand something, she tried to explain it in easier Japanese. Things that needed writing, she would write it for me, and then I just look at what she wrote to copy it down, because sometimes writing Japanese for me is really hard. And then the other thing is, some of the things that I will need to get from now, like just documents that I don't have that I need to get, she wrote everything down, wrote it in like one of the easier Japanese alphabets for me, which is hiragana rather than the Chinese characters of kanji, and made it very easy for me to now go out and get the things that I still need. Let's see if he takes it. Do you want this? Here. Okay, anything financial or money is just not fun for me. Medical stuff and financial stuff, but those are like big parts of life after, well, not necessarily even after 65. I mean, kind of once you become an adult or once you start living on your own, you have to think of so many more things and you have to plan. It's so hard for me because I'm totally one of those people that live in the moment. And I said it gets me in trouble, like now, making a decision, because I can't think about what things are going to be like 20 years down the road. I can't think about what my life is going to be like, or even if I'm going to be alive 20 years from now. So I'm merely thinking of, okay, what am I going to do now? But say I get all my pension, or I, for some reason, use it all up, or have to use it all up, or something happens, then, yeah, what if I don't have it? What happens? Yeah, so many questions. The other thing that I thought was really good is that I can fill out a certain form to declare that if anything happens to me before my mom passes, my mom can collect all the pension and it would go to her. And so that makes me relieved. I don't want anything to happen to either of us, but it is nice to know that if anything happens to me and she still needs money, or whatever I have, it will all go to her. So that makes me feel happy. And then if she decides, let's say she wants to go back to the States, or she wants to go somewhere else to live, then it's okay. Like, she can take that money and go back to the US if she wanted to. However, if they're paying her and something happens to her, it won't go to someone else. So that money would only be designated for her. Like, I even had to talk about marriage, and if any of you didn't know, I was married for 10 months, 10 short months, but at that time, I couldn't remember if I changed my name, which I think I did, but not on a lot of formal documents. So I guess that's good. And I'm pretty sure in the Japanese registry or registers, the documents there does note that I divorced, and once I divorced, I took my name back. It was kind of funny. Like she felt bad. Like she said, I'm really sorry, you know, because when I said 10 months, she went, oh my gosh, 10 months. And I know it's short. And then she said, okay, do you still remember his name? Well, duh. Yes. And then, do you still remember his birthday? Yes. And so, and then the wedding date, like the time I was married to the time I was divorced, I remember all those dates. Bandit has settled down, so I'm gonna try and get this edited and off to you so it's kind of like in real time. As I said, I'm sorry that it wasn't like a happy Christmassy Vlogmas, but sometimes life in adulting happens during Vlogmas. It's not always holly and mistletoe and presents and glitter. All right. Anyways, thank you so much for listening and letting me kind of vent or just put this all in perspective. I'll probably watch this over and just look back and think, oh my gosh, Kim. If you are interested in hearing more about my life here in Japan as a teacher, as a dog mom, as a senior citizen, please consider subscribing, because I'd love to have you as part of this community, which, by the way, you guys are pretty awesome. You cheer me up all the time, and I really appreciate your comments and your shares and all that other stuff. And thank you to those of you who are subscribing, because, as you know, I set a goal to try and make it to 1,000 by the end of the year. There's only a few weeks left, and I don't think I will, but you know, step by step. And that's how I've always kind of lived my life, is step by step and see what happens. So anyways, the boy's sleeping, so I'm going to try and get a little bit of work done, and I will catch you on the next episode of Vlogmas, and hopefully that one will be a little bit more festive. So thanks again, take care, and I'll see you later.